Kathy Dixon.
And I am Arlene Owen.
Welcome to Azar.
We want to welcome our Azar family. You know, we are coming very close, Kathy, to an important date. But we want to say, go call up a friend.
Yes.
Call a family, and you'll hear a little more about what is happening. Excitement is happening within the Azar family.
Yes. But tell them a little more about it, man.
Kathy and family, we are approaching 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
You know, time really flying, no, Kathy?
It does. And we want to do something special.
Yes. We want to have a live the day before the 1 year. And we will tell you more. We will put flyers out there.
Yes.
We will send to all our WhatsApp family, send you some WhatsApp, email, phone contacts, and we will let you all know more about it. But on that day, we want you to gather all the Azar family you know and call in and tell us what you really love about Azar, which one of the episodes really impacted your life, and what you want us to talk about in our new season.
Yes, that's so true. All right, well, the tea of the day is Bacano or Boacano, and it's something, you know, it's a tree, it's a plant that really grows here in Trinidad and Tobago, and I guess in other Caribbean islands, and maybe other islands of the world. But it has a lot of benefits. Aline, let's hear.
It's good for the cold. It's also good to build and boost your immune system, and we realize in this season we really need to boost our system. And Kathy, it's good for diabetes. I read on Google really have a lot of information on this leaf. I couldn't believe it. And they said, Kathy, it helped grow hair, so probably I could drink. I don't know if I have to boil the leaf and wash my hair with it, or I have to drink it for my hair. But they say it helps with growing of your hair, runny nose, poor appetite. It's good for poor appetite if you know probably you're having problem eating, and constipation.
And when I think about the hair, I think about we don't have to go and buy black magic and all kind of thing, girl. Just go and drink some Boacano leaf tea, people. Yes.
I know my mom was saying today that that tea, Kathy, some people will just make it and put some sugar, but she was saying they used to put milk in it, and it tastes really, really good with milk.
That's good to get that old evidence. But this evening we have some shout outs to do.
Yes, we do. And remember we are shouting out these people, and we know them by name because they will write in the comments, and that's why we keep saying we want to hear from you. Write in your comments. You are watching Azar every week, but you are not writing a comment, so we do not know your name to shout out. So send us a line so we can shout out your name. So I want to call a few that have been watching that we know: Kimberly, Monessa, my friend, Ingrid and Curtis Johnson, Miss Allison Dick from Coquier, and Michelle, who works with her, Karina Farrell. She's one of my colleagues, along with Amanda Cameron, who is also another one of my colleagues. I want to send a special shout out to Leon Edwards, and Sharon Edwards too. But Leon will call us, and
Leon is a top fan.
After
the show is finished, you're getting a note. I enjoyed this show. Something he's responding with. So
I want to say a shout out to my mother-in-law and also my sister-in-law Joanne Thomas, my mother-in-law Norma Johnson, for watching. Cody Clarkson and Shari Robinson, and also Crescentia Hurdle. These are the people I want to shout out this week.
All right. My shout out for this week is Joshua Hazard, young Joshua Hazard, and we have Wendy Hazel Holder. We have Ursula Martin, who is always encouraging there on the program. We have Heather McLeod all the way from New York, who is always on with us. We have Faithful Carmen, who is from up in the north, very faithful. We have Suzette Carter. We're going to shout out Suzette and Mrs. June Fraser. Yes, those are my shout outs.
Good. So to our Azar family, write your name in the comments.
Yes.
Say something so we will pick up your name and we will give you a shout out. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
Kathy, what? We have a big topic today. It's a big topic.
It's really a big topic. The name of it is Things Big People Should Know.
Lord, Kathy, I hope I know some of those things. If not, I will learn. Because, in life, we learn, we grow. We don't know everything.
Yes.
So even some of these things, I am sure, Kathy, I will say to myself, Arlene, you have to do better.
That's it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What's the first one, Kathy?
Don't tell a parent which of their children or which one of their child you prefer.
Oh, yes. Kathy, I think people probably they are not conscious of it. And they will walk up to you because, I have two girls. I have Destiny and Dana, and they are opposite. Their personalities are really different. And you may think to yourself, I prefer one personality above the other. And you come and you'll be saying, Arlene, I prefer Dana than Destiny.
Yes.
And now I am feeling uncomfortable because, I find my both children, they're really nice, they're just different.
Yes.
And sometimes, Kathy, and they say it in front of the children.
Yes, and that makes it very harmful. And as a big person or as big people, we should know better. Arlene, I faced that situation, from someone. And it happened really in church where, someone came to me and said, I like your big daughter, because she's talk and laugh and friendly. But the other one, she's so serious and she don't smile, too much. I like the big one. And I felt uncomfortable, but I had to straighten it out one time.
Yeah, that's important.
I had to straighten it out. I said, that the same second one that you find serious, she's a beautiful child. She's very kind. She's helpful. She's well-mannered. It's just that she has a different personality to the other child. The other one is more outward, but the other one is more an introvert. But the point is, she said it so loud, and I find that sometimes people give their tongue so much liberty.
Yeah.
They don't know your children, and they make a blanket statement.
Yeah.
And that we have to be very, very careful and think about the child, especially if they hear how they would feel. It could really affect their esteem.
Yes, because like you said, we know your firstborn. Your firstborn is really out there, just like my firstborn, and they're always smiling. And the second child is not like them, but the second child is also sweet and nice in their own way.
Yes.
It comes like the sun and the moon, Katian.
Yes.
They're both shining, but they're different.
Yes, both needful.
Both needful, but different. Both lovely. The
Yes.
sun, and no partiality with the sun and the moon. They're doing what they have to do. And so too, we should not show partiality. We should not speak it out, say it out loud, because sometimes the other child now start to feel what is wrong with me, or probably they start to resent you, the person who's saying it.
Yes.
And we create a Cain and Abel situation.
Yes.
And we don't want that.
Yes, and and sometimes we say that is saying it with parents. I remember I had an uncle, Aline still laugh at me all the time when I tell her about it.
I know the story.
When for my brother's funeral, he came to me and he said, hey uncle, how are you going? And he said, good. And he said, how are you going? And his next time was, I prefer Arlene than you.
Yes.
And I said, what? I haven't seen you for years. But what would make you tell me you haven't seen me for years, for you to tell me you prefer Arlene than me? A good thing I had a high self-esteem, else I might have been crying all now.
Yes,
you understand?
And the thing about it, we are so good with each other. Katia came one time and telling me, and when she telling me, I laughing. Because I'm like, what's wrong with uncle? You understand? What is uncle problem? Like he drink today?
Yeah. Because like once Arlene, he said he prefer you than me.
And we still laughing. He passed away and we still laugh at that, because thank God. And one thing I must say with Katian and I, even if you try those things, it doesn't come in between us. Remember we were staying by a lady too, and she's to make some comments, and still nothing like that worked. You understand? But we could handle it, but what about our children? Probably they can't.
Yes, so true.
Probably can't. So big people, we just want us to be aware of this. Don't do those things.
Yes, and we want to give a solution to the parents.
Yeah.
In the event this happens and someone comes in front of you, in front of the children, and tell you, I prefer this one to that one, stop the person one time.
Yeah.
Because the child would feel that you didn't stand up for them, you didn't defend them, and they would feel that there's something to what the person said. Yeah. So you need to say, no. She's a lovely girl. Somehow you're missing something here. Yeah. She's a lovely child. So people, defend your children.
You need to show that support, because if you stay silent, sometimes your child would think silent is agreement to what the person is saying, Kathy. And so true. So stand up. Good point, Kathy.
Yeah. What's your second point?
The next thing that big people should know is that children don't forget. If you treat the child badly, they'll remember that when they grow older.
Yes.
If you treat them well, they will remember that.
Yes.
So the best thing to do is to treat children really good.
Yes.
Because sometimes that same child, Kathy, grows up to be a doctor or nurse. And when you get older, you need to find a nurse sometime to help you. When you go to the hospital, is this child that you treated so badly when they were small? You made the comment, like we said, do not make. I prefer your sister. Now, who to help you?
Yes. Yes.
Big people. Yes. We have to be careful.
Yes.
I remember, Kathy, and I live by my grandparents, and I love my uncle, Harold Wilson Jr. so much. I mean, I will walk up to him and say, I just love you, and he will watch me like out of the blues. But he do not understand. When I was a child living with them, I felt so protected. And if someone is coming to say something that they shouldn't say to me, or even if I made an error because I wasn't so exposed at the time and I came to live with them, and there were some things I didn't know, and sometimes a comment may be made from another family member to make me feel uncomfortable or less, he will always rush to my defense. I remember once something happened, he took me to his room and he kept me there safe, and for that I was a child. But I never forgot, even as an adult now. Every time I see him, there's a soft spot for him, and I will always speak about how much I love him.
Yes, and I love how you said there's a soft spot you feel. So the opposite would be, if someone meets somebody who treated them badly, they might feel a piece of hate, piece of anger. Mm-hmm. And it's really telling us, be careful, because children don't forget. Here we've seen them. They're small. I roughed them up. I pinched them up when they were small. I took advantage of them. Yeah. I showed them I didn't like them. And now that they have grown out, big, strapped-head man, and confronted me, I'm old now. How does this child perceive me? Yeah.
I recall to my husband telling me, I know up to recently, we laugh about it because now he's over it, and he was saying when he was younger, some of his relatives did not treat him too well, and you could have tell they prefer other cousins above him. He said, and up to recently, there was an event, and one of his family member made a comment, and we were able to laugh at it because now it affected him when he was younger. And because of God, Katian, he did not keep this bitterness. Yeah. And he was able now to just laugh, like we said in one of the episodes, become like dashing bush leaf. It was able to run off his back.
Yes.
So we really have to be careful.
Yes. Another thing that big people should know is beware of who you bring in your house.
Yeah, that is so true. Because, Katian, for us, we have children and we have girls only. And it's not about girls, boys too. But what I'm saying, we have to be so careful who we bring in our home, because we are teaching them certain things, certain values, certain belief. We believe in the word of God and what God says. And sometimes we bring in someone and they want to teach them something completely different.
They watch what they're watching on, what they're putting on TV is what you call it's banned.
Yes. And they're telling them, are they going to see this? Or your parents are real old, or your parents keeping you back. And they change your whole perspective of your children.
Yes. Yes, because they end up making your children feel as if, well, mommy them blocking us and making us miss life.
Yeah.
Because I wish this person are wrong. This person are wrong. Since they come, look how we getting to see things.
Yeah.
Not really realizing this person could be poisoning what you have been bringing up to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A blessing to God. So it's very important that we be careful who we bring into our home.
Yes, and as big people, Kathy, and we must know if our children are strong enough, if they will be able to influence the person that we are bringing, or if the person that is coming will influence them. If you realize your children are not strong enough, don't bring them.
That's very true.
Because, of course, we are here, to help and to save souls. And we might bring somebody in to help them because, probably have nowhere to live, or we want to give them some guidance. But please, you cannot be trying to do good for another child and end up doing bad for your entire house.
Yes, and on that same note, Arlene, I want to mention that even if someone allows you to come into their home, you are a big person, you come into the person's home, that there's a way you should deport yourself because you're in a new environment and you have family. You have to know how to dress and how to carry yourself. You don't want to come in the people's house and you're wearing hot pants with your butt hanging out on the bottom. You have to do things. You don't want all your breasts outside. You're in a family. You came in, you grafted in, but you must show respect by how you carry yourself. And I was only last week I was reading on Facebook with a family in England, a man, his wife, and their 2 children. They took in as a refugee from Ukraine because of the war. And from the time she came in, she liked the husband. And she started touching up the husband. And the husband, like, he attracted to this beautiful young blonde. And the wife started to get conscious because she find, what is this? We're trying to help you because you run from war. We decided to take you in to help you. And look, I find you only spending time with my husband. Well, within weeks, she was sleeping with the husband in the house. And when the wife found out what was happening, she tell her she has to leave. And do you know what happened? The husband said, well, if she going, I going too. So in weeks, you came from Ukraine, take the lady husband. And you know what is hard there? I found they had 2 children. And that man was so bemused that he didn't even think, I leaving 2 children.
No.
It's not that he was leaving his wife alone. And his excuse was, our marriage was in a good place anyhow. But the point is, you brought someone in the home and the person was a thief.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful who we bring in our homes.
Yes, and Kathy, and like I said before, they brought that girl in to help her. She was like what we say in Trinidad. What your mommy use the word? She was a inakaram?
A nimakaram.
That is it.
Yes.
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 To help. We want to help you. You're a refugee. We say, oh gosh, we're feeling sorry.
Yeah.
And we take you in. Oh gosh, don't repay us like that.
And you know what? Why I found she was so much more of an nimakaram? She's defending it and saying that how they're in love.
Yeah.
In weeks, they're in love. Somehow you're missing the gratefulness of these people who were kind. This lady who was kind to say, you can stay with us. So people,
be careful.
Think twice.
Big people, think about it. Discern before you bring them in.
Yes, because sometimes there are some people who genuinely need help. And who would not come and do you that. So I'm realizing now everything you have to ask God. God, I need clearance from you if to take this person in.
And you also need clearance to both parties. Sometimes the wife saying no, the husband saying yes, or opposite.
As I see that.
We must have agreement on whether we are bringing this person or persons in our space.
Amen. Very true. Very true. Another thing big people should know. Big people should know when they're doing big people thing that they need privacy.
Yes, because Kathy, and sometime according to where you live, you only have 1 bedroom. And what people used to do long time, especially, they will put a curtain in the middle. They have 2 beds, curtain in the middle, and the children sleeping with them. And they saying the children sleeping. And when you send the children now off to the nursery or school, you realize the little children, innocent, they're doing exactly what they saw you were doing.
Yes, and they get calling, come, is your son doing so and so, so and so. My son, not my son. But you're not understanding. The children were exposed quietly to things they should not have been exposed to.
That's right. So we want to tell big people, be careful, be aware.
Yes.
Come up with a different plan.
Yes.
Work something out.
Yes.
Because
we know things can be hard for some families.
Yeah.
But you got to work something out with timing, with some kind of space. But do not expose the children because you could pervert their minds. And it will affect them a long way down the road.
True.
And sometimes they do things innocently because they see you doing it and they do it innocently and everybody else feel like the child is full of vice. When really it's what they have been exposed to. So let's be careful as big people.
Yes. Another thing as big people we should know, don't spoil our children.
Definitely.
Spoil things ain't good.
Yes.
Yes, true, we spoil things.
Yes.
Why are we spoiling our children? Because we saying we love them. We want to give them everything they want. Not need. Everything they want. We spoiling them when now they're embarrassing us. You will not correct them at home, and when you go out now, you are ashamed, yes, because you spoil them.
Yes.
Do not spoil your children. Correct them. Encourage them. Speak to them if they're doing something wrong. Do not give them everything they ask for.
That's right.
Sometimes they're not even working for it. They went instead of wash your wares, make up their own bed, but everything they call for, they have.
Yes, no, it's true. And there is this girl about me, I remember, when I had a business, she came over and she visited the business. She told me her son didn't go to school for 2 weeks. And why? She brought him sneakers. She bought him sneakers. Middle standard. And he told her he didn't want that sneaker to go to school. He's not going to school with his friends with that sneaker. And she told him, well, that is what she had. And he decided he's not going. So 2 weeks passed and he wasn't. She had to fight and find $800 to buy the kind of sneakers he wanted. And that the only time he dressed and go to school, sharp like a pin. When they cut in the seam of the pants sharp and they break back the collar of the shirt sharp and his sneakers clean. That is what he wanted, $800 sneakers. And the mother is poor.
Yes, but Kathy, I ain't blame the child, I blame the mother.
Yes.
Because you could want that sneakers how much you want. If I do not have that money, I'll try my best. I know there's bullying in school.
Yes.
But I will try my best. But you not telling me you're not going to school because I ain't get that for you.
Yes. And my daughters face that in school. I mean, when they were going to school and dress up day. That's why sometimes you wonder about this dress up day in school because it shows the disparity in who has and who don't have. Because the children who could afford the children come in looking trendy in the latest, and the other children, some come back in a school uniform because they don't know what they have the feeling shame about. So they come back in the same uniform while the others looking like stars. And I remember my daughters going in the jean skirts and the sandals or whatever and coming home and telling me, children making fun of them because who more trendy and you all don't have this and don't have that. And I told them life is not about that. At the end of the day, let's see who is the one who's successful when it comes to the future and life. Let's see who is going to be successful. I said, I'm sending you all to school not for a fashion show. I'm sending you all to school to learn. So once you all go to your dress up day looking clean and neat, that is all that matters. So from early, I put that into them. So they never cried for clothes and I don't have this and if I don't get that and what about my friends? We never had that. And it's very important that early in the game that we teach our children to appreciate where they are, what you have and what you can afford, and just let them learn to just be content.
I'm hearing you there and my mind is thinking about school, and I'm saying teachers too must be conscious of this. You must have an idea of your students in your class. If you're a good teacher, you will know, and their background. So certain things I think they should not have, especially if you know it will affect a few of the children. Because when you call, like you said, a dress up day for truth, and you know there are students in your class who parents cannot afford, you really are making your student feel badly. And teachers, I just want to put in a plug, be conscious of these things. And a dress up day is not necessary for in school right now. If you know this will cause one child to feel better than the other and increase bullying, we could do without that session.
So true. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Another thing big people should know, don't put your head on a block for people you don't know.
Yes. Because sometimes, Katian, you do not know somebody, and they say, Arlene, I want you to write a letter of recommendation for me. And I feeling funny. I say, I know meet you last week.
Yes.
What I know, what to put in that letter.
Yes.
Like you want me to lie.
Yes.
And I don't want to lie.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And but big people should know not to ask to.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we only met last week. How you could ask me for a letter of recommendation?
Especially if he's a old cook.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Yes.
And then sometimes they want you to come and sign for them in the bank to
Yes.
take a loan.
Yeah.
And when they look, I can't find them and the money coming out of my pay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes. What about them coming to ask you for money borrow? You know, big people should know, you know, sometimes who to lend money.
Yeah. And who to give, because you know sometimes better just give them.
Yeah.
Like my pastor will say, better just give them because you know you ain't getting it back.
Yes. And if you give them with that note, then you know it wouldn't have any animosity because you know you wasn't going to get it back.
Yeah. Because time you know you say, I'm lending you. It doesn't matter, Katian.
Yes.
You looking for it to come back. It have a date, a coming back date.
Yes.
And you'll be disappointed. So better you just say, give it. My pastor say, give it. If you know better, you just give it. So you won't be looking and disappointed.
Yeah, yes. And Alina, as we are on that point, big people should know if they hear that somebody going to America, don't tell them, I want you to bring back this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman, that woman, that list. And they write out that list, and I want this, I will give you the US money, right? And you go bring these things to me. Big people should know that.
Oh God, let me put in a plug here. Well, I have to apologize to Sue and Sue, but Sue understand me, I had 2 pounds in the suitcase. Well, I don't go to a list. She say, oh, when you had 2 pounds.
Right, but you get your allotment.
Good.
Because that's a relationship.
All right, Sue,
but sometimes somebody will just hear, I'm hearing sister so-and-so going away. Or somebody going away, they come and say, well, you know, I want you to get some things, you know. And I give you a little list to bring in. Big people, that's things we shouldn't do. Yeah, only if it's something very small and the only person close enough.
Yeah,
that you could say, like a little box or something, and the person say, that's not a problem. But don't come with a grocery list for it to bring from America, because they went because they have their things to do for their family and for themselves.
But Katya, as I said, that I find Sue and want to travel so much again, you know. I don't know if she hiding from me. Yes. All right. But that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. What other things, Katian?
Yeah, don't drink medicine for other people's sickness.
Oh gosh, I think we have been hearing this a long time, and still, Katian, we end up doing it as big people.
Yes.
You know, because I hear my mother them saying that since I'm a child, and still you're caught up drinking medication.
That's right.
Taking medication for other people's sickness. How they will get well if you drink the medication?
That's right. I have an issue with you.
Yeah.
Right? But somehow, all our vex.
Yeah.
No. Stay out of certain things if you wasn't involved in it. And don't get vexed with somebody who didn't do you anything.
Yeah.
Big people, we have to listen. There's always 3 sides to a story.
Yeah. Kathy and I could remember, right? You know, there was a little conflict between somebody and myself. And I remember this person have a friend, and I think because of loyalty too, because you know we are loyal, we are friends. When the person is with that person, they don't want to speak to me. They don't want to show that we speak, or to associate with me, or to laugh, or to make a joke with me. And you know, I said, but something wrong here, and it's only because they took a side.
Yes.
They took a side, but when that person not there, I may get some conversation, and we have to be careful because the other person will notice too.
Yes.
And say, so you heard that side of the story and it took a side.
Yes.
And we have to be so careful. And you know, one thing I've learned is that you don't have to go and explain and go around telling everybody your side of the story.
That's right.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. It will play off. It will come to the forefront.
Yeah, it may take time.
It will take time.
Yes.
But the truth will come out.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. And sometimes, you know why you have to be careful too, Katya, not to take side? Sometimes you are saying, that person will never do that. And when you look, they do it to you.
Yes.
So be careful.
Be very careful.
Be careful. Don't take side.
Yes.
Do not, what we say? Take medication for other people's sickness.
That's right. That's right. Big people should know not to laugh at others or embarrass make fun of people who are less fortunate, because life is a circle.
That's right. One day for Peter, one day for Paul.
Yes, long rope for Maragot.
Yes,
so many things, so much old sayings we have, and we have to be careful. Someone may be disabled. Don't laugh at them. And if you see children laughing at them, or you see them taking advantage of somebody who is in a lesser position, shake them up one time, because you're allowing them to grow, and it could become like a monster. But it starts with our example.
And same thing going back to the school, and I remember Mason telling Destiny and Dana, if I ever see you all laughing at a child in school because your child can't afford the sneakers, or they don't have the things that you all have, we say we were followed badly.
That's it.
Do not do those things, and do not encourage your children to do it also.
Yes. And we have to be careful. Sometimes I've even questions we ask people. We see them getting thin. How you thin? So like you're sick or what?
Big people must know better, man.
They must know better. You see the person belly getting big. Oh, I'm like you're pregnant or what? You don't know if the person belly swelling. People go through things. Let people tell you.
That's right. And as a woman, we go through so much of hormonal problems, Kathy. We have to be really careful and sensitive to each other. You know, male too, don't say it. Female, don't go up and ask another female you're pregnant. That's your business.
Not alone. Sometimes people don't meet you. You'll find you expanding. Oh gosh, I know I was expanding. The bottom line is, you don't know how I would feel about that statement. And sometimes we're so insensitive, and we just don't watch how we speak. Big people will lead. We need to learn to hear more and speak less.
And sometimes I'm on medication, and the medication get me fat. Sometimes I get me thin. Oh gosh, when you're asking for it, I don't want. Is a doctor? I have to tell you what's wrong with me.
Be
careful.
We have to be careful. That's so true. That's so true. That's so true.
You know, I like this one, Katian. Big people must understand when I'm having a wedding and the invitation say one, I mean one. If the invitation say two is two, I mean. I could tell me, and they calling me, I could bring my boyfriend. Oh, you ain't call. When I look, you show up. I say for one, because I know you're not like you, and I say you we are friend long time, and I know you ain't married, so I put one. No, when I look, you show up with a boyfriend that I don't even know you have this boyfriend.
And what is so bad is by next week you could hear the boyfriend finish.
And then I didn't cater. When I look, I know it have 100 person coming. I rented 100 chairs. I fix up the chairs around the table. When I look at squeeze out a family member and say you could stand up, and put your boyfriend.
No, it's something else. And even when I got married, Ronnie and I got married, I mean, he invited a couple and they brought 8 friends. And if so many other people would have brought people, good thing, as I say in the country, we just cook extra food.
That time you're cooking with a big pot.
A big pot
of curry coming in with curry, if it's roti, or a big pot of fried rice. Because long time, that's how we did it for my wedding too. So it had food. You're just cooking big pot.
You're carrying out food. But no people catering. And it's how much? 150, 250 a plate. And because of that, you're measuring. Because, and then you decide you're coming with a troop. And we have to be very, very careful. Don't embarrass your host. Invitation for 2 means invitation for 2.
And that's for any party, wedding, birthday party. Be courteous. You may have somebody by you, or you call and say, I know you invited me to this little birthday party, but my cousin came across and said, spending the night. Can I bring him or her? You say something. And he also say, yes, it's a little party, bring the person. But they just show up and, like it's a parang. No.
Another thing big people should know, if your seat have no wares in the sink, and you just eat your delicious plate of food, do not go and rest your plate in it, and it have soap water there, and the sponge.
They would just rest it and go.
They just rest it and go.
No, and worse again, let's say they meet one item in the sink, just one, Because they met one, the rest they want to make it 2. No, wash yours and wash you one little utensil. Sometimes it's just a cup or a spoon. They're not washing it.
Well, heck now. You say you have a house meeting. You say you all wash your wares, all right? So one of the person didn't wash their wares. So I go on to wash mine. You know what I do? I wash mine alone and leave the next one and I go on. Folks, I measuring it too hard.
Yeah.
So as big people, let us wash the wares.
Yeah. But what about the ice tray too, Kathy? And I said, talk about wares.
Empty ice tray in the freezer.
Empty ice tray in the freezer.
Yeah.
Sometimes the one block.
One block for smart, yes.
Yes.
When they could fill the others.
Yes.
And leave it and just leave that other one there and that's it. Or empty water bottle. Too empty.
Yeah.
The bottle cold, you know why? It empty. They have
enough water in it. Or what about they want to wash the juice jug, right? So it's a little bit of juice in it, you know. Nobody want to take the last little bit of juice because you will have to rush the jug. What is this?
Yes.
Big people, let us do better.
Yeah, let us take it out. Go to the toilet.
Yeah.
How many times you'll go in the toilet and find the empty roll?
Yeah. It's
still
the last.
All it taking is to take up one of the things, take out that one, put in a fresh one. But like it's too much of work.
Yeah.
You use the last one and you leave it right there.
No, and sometimes it have the last part of the paper and it will stick up on you. You know that last piece of the stick up? What you could put it, but they leave it for you. Just not to go and take the full roll and put it in. You understand? Come on, big people, man. Yes. Come on, big
and as
people.
we are on that note, we don't want to encourage big people. Don't encourage your children carrying their plate upstairs to eat the food in the bedroom.
Yeah.
The bedroom is not for that. Sometimes they go under the bed. It have 3 plates, 2 cups, and 2 forks.
Yeah.
Why? They're carrying the plate dry because it's since last week Sunday. Guys and Kalalu dry up.
We have to bring back the old time days, you know, Kathy, and where families sit together to eat. I see
That's
just my
right.
children. They want to. They're going in the room with their plate. I just say, well, look, come and sit down with us now.
Yes.
Everything is to go in their room and do.
You know, because room and phone.
Yeah.
Room and phone.
Yeah.
I mean, they go in the room.
The television in the room, everything in the
so
room.
TV, phone, and food. That's a nice combination. They're going to see the rest of the family.
Yeah. Yes. You know, so big people, we have to change that up.
Change that.
We know better. Big people know better.
Yes.
Stop allowing our children to go in the bedroom to do things they should do in the living room with family.
Yes, and then not that alone. It creates avenue for cockroaches and things to go into the bedroom and run all through the house. Yeah. So let us sometimes we have to put on our feet as big people when it comes to our children.
Amen. Yeah. So big people, put on your foot.
Yes. No, it's a fact. Sometimes we have to.
Yes.
And big people should learn to embrace other people's differences.
Yes, our culture.
Yes.
Our accent.
Yes.
You know, our food.
Yes.
Try it, expose yourself.
Yes. Don't say because I'm not accustomed to this.
Yeah.
You don't have to be accustomed to it. They are accustomed to this.
Yeah.
And so appreciate them for what they do.
Yeah.
And you will just be happy with what you do. But don't put them down because of that what they do is different to you.
Yeah. And say yours is better.
Yes.
Even with people's opinions.
Yes.
You know, embrace it. Listen to their opinions. You don't even have to argue. You don't even have to answer.
Yeah.
I believe so and so. Say, okay, Sister Arlene. So you believe that is okay.
Yes, you don't have to share the opinion.
You
but
know,
allow it.
That's right. Allow it. So let's learn to embrace each other, our differences. I like green and black. Yeah. You may not like it, but I like it. Yes. I like my home a different way. I like this. I don't want a dining table. That's my preference. Yes. Whatever it is, let's embrace and love each other. Love their differences.
Yes. So true, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that's so cool. Yes. And people should learn to love themselves.
Big people, love yourself.
Big people, learn to love yourself.
True.
I appreciate you here. Yeah. Aline, I appreciate you here.
I appreciate me here. You know, I am natural. Oh my gosh, you will could see that.
Yeah.
You know, and I have been natural for a long while, Katya, a very long while. And you hear people making comments, you natural, you showing your hair.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I don't understand how could we say I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and then after you don't like your hair, and then until you're speaking it out loud, you say how you could do that, how you could keep it, and you have different names we call people with natural hair.
Yes,
you understand?
Yes.
And that is just here as Katyan brought it up, but it have different things that we say as big people. Yes. And sometimes we are saying this and they are younger ladies listening to our conversation, and we realize now why they have problem with themselves, their self-image. They have problem. They cannot even wear their own hair natural, because we as the big people, as parents, we make comments and say, that hard hair thing, I never with that.
Yes, late for school children.
Yes.
What is late for school children?
And these are the comments, and we laugh at it. It's a joke. It's a conversation. Forgetting we have younger ears listening out who have self-esteem problem. And we want to know after, why they didn't like themselves? Why my daughter having so much a problem? Is what big people say. Not realizing children hearing that you don't like yourself, but you want me to like myself.
That's right. So we need to encourage children and even ourselves, appreciate your skin, tone, appreciate your hair, appreciate your features.
That's right.
Your family have broad nose.
Yes.
Your family have big ears. Whatever it is, big eyes. That is your feature. Accept yourself for who you are and love
yourself. Big people love yourself. And I realize if you accept yourself, other people will accept you. But the moment you and all start to say things about yourself,
people will join in. They will join in and finish.
The choir getting bigger.
That's right.
And again, I this is like a pet peeve, so I had to repeat it. We have to be careful. I believe in variety. So one day you may see me with a wig, a weave. But if you see me with my natural, leave me. Don't come to make your comments about hard hair and tack and different things we say, because sometimes we have, I want to say it again, there are other, it does not affect me. But there is somebody else listening who is struggling with self-image.
Esteem and image, that's so true. We really have to get, and
big people
I feel
have
this
to be
is
careful.
something, Arlene, that should be the root. It starts in the home from the time a child is coming up. Oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Right? You tell that child that all the time, just as they are. So as they love themselves, they will not pass it on to others. And I'm telling you, see, people who feel beautiful treat people beautifully.
That's right. And you could tell when a child loves themselves too. They walk with a different confidence, Katian. They feel good about themselves. Martin and I, it was intentional. We spoke about it. Our firstborn is dark skin. And I told my husband she must never feel less when she go out there. And Martin make it a point as a male to always... He will affirm her, and he will always tell her how beautiful she is. Until now, I said, Destiny, take it down. Because Destiny believes she's the best thing. And I remember her grandfather will always call her Miss Universe. And he was a red-skinned man. I'm not sure if he understood what we were doing too. But we have to do it. If we will say, oh my God, I wish my daughter was fairer, because we make comments like that. Or you have a fair skin cousin or niece or something, and say, oh, that child pretty. The dark skin is not saying anything. But they are internalizing and saying fair skin pretty, so then I am not pretty.
It's a serious point.
So we have to be careful.
And we want to encourage big people to take care of themselves. Take time off.
Rest and relax.
And
reflect.
And reflect. All right? Yes, and we have a closing point.
Big people must know there is no life without Christ. How could you live this life, Katian, without God successfully?
You can't.
With God, there is hope. Even if you're going through a challenging time. Life without God is no life at all.
None at all. I mean, you could have all the money in the world and you're unhappy. You could have status and a big job, you're unhappy. You know much people with big job jump off a building? You know much people who have money overdose? Ask Chester Bennington, all those other people, all those big stars out there who took what they call the easy way out. Because all they had, it wasn't filling the void that God could fill.
Only God could fill that void. and give you that joy and that peace.
Yes.
You understand? Even in trying time, you're smiling, Katia, and not
Yes.
a false smile. No,
Yes.
it's a smile of hope.
Yes.
Because there's a God and there's Jesus Christ who died to save us.
Yes.
So big people must know there is no life without Christ.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
That's a closing note we could leave anytime for any and every show.
Yes.
Yes.
These are the things. These are some of the things that we believe that big people should know. And again, we are saying right in the comments, let us know what we missed out. Say, Aline and Katia and you all missed out this,
Yes.
And we'll say true because we'll have a part 2.
That's
and we'll
right.
put it in our part 2.
Yes.
So put in all the things that you think we missed out.
Yes.
Because Katia and I, we don't know everything. We're learning and growing.
That's
you
right.
understand?
And plenty of the things that we share with you all, we practicing it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We want to become better persons.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we want to thank God for all of you all coming on our wonderful Azar family.
And I want to shout out my nephew Joshua Jackson for his lights that we have today because our light man, had another engagement. And we got lights from Joshua Jackson. So I'm shouting out Joshua.
He getting a special shout
out.
out.
A special shout out to Joshua Jackson, this handsome young man. So thank you so much, Joshua, for your lights.
Yes. So we want to wish everyone that you'll have a great week or 2 weeks.
Yes.
And God bless you all.
God bless you. See you on the live for our anniversary.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. God bless you.